first, it seemed to strike only one segment of the population. Now, Barry Peterson tells us this is no longer the case.
Bobby Campbell is fighting for his life, one of a rapidly growing group whose battle has fascinated and frightened modern medicine. He has Kaposi sarcoma, a deadly skin cancer that first appeared on the bottom of his feet as spots the size of a quarter.
Mid-1981, a number of things happened at the same time. Doctors in Los Angeles noticed an unusual cluster of cases of a rare pneumonia among a group of gay men in Los Angeles. At the same time, doctors in New York City noticed that there was a rare skin cancer that was also appearing among gay men. They were identified separately, but within weeks, people at the Centers for Disease Control realized that there were two parts of the same phenomenon, that what you had was, for the first time in the history of mankind, an epidemic of immune suppression. That what linked these diseases was the fact that these men were losing their immune systems.
Specialists argue that millions of dollars should be spent for research now. But there is almost no money being spent so far.
There was a massive disinterest in doing anything for these awful guys that live this awful kind of life. How much sexual activity do you have? We would try to get very exact, and then we'd come up with 100, 250, 300. One man swore it was 3,500 in the course of the last 10 years, and I challenged him on. He pulled out his calculator and showed me week by week by week. Well, if two men have 10 contacts, they're infecting 20. But in a couple of weeks, if those 20 become 40, and when you have 40 men passing it around to 10 each, you have 400 all of a sudden. So the curve went up like that.
When you began to find out that hemophiliacs were getting this disease, that drug addicts might get it, that it was not an exclusive gay plague?
It was terrible, useful news, not good news.